Hello, so we're continuing with higher mind awakening. So, stage 2, step 5, clean the argon stables in a day. The word argon means bright. The stables symbolize your pillar of light that feeds your crown chakra, which houses your mind. Unbalanced thoughts can be seen as wild horses running. It can even feel as if they are running in your mind. When that mind chatter is overactive, this in turn causes anxiety. When the stable for the wild horse is clean, it means that the masculine and feminine energies are balanced. This is that balance between the left and right side of your mind. When this is balanced, it allows the light to flow from your crown chakra smoothly. Step 6, slay the, something birds. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that because it's not going to end well. So have a go. I am going to try, it seems, okay. The stifling birds in mythology reside in a swamp. They symbolize the astral thought forms. Those are inorganic mind particles, which is interesting because I've just been reading the Ascension Symptom book and I was just talking about, I said I'd link a video about thoughts, so I'll do it at the end of this video as well, because there is many thoughts that are inorganic. They are not our thoughts, and it's really important for us to be able to discern that so we know what is not ours, so we don't feed it and start to claim it as being ours, so we can really cleanse them out of our energy system. The astral houses all that emits as a thought from the emotional and mental bodies of the collective. These thoughts are known as astral particles. The astral particles are from all who have ever incarnated here. They include fragmented portions of the emotional and mental bodies of souls that became stuck within the astral plane at the time of death. This is symbolized by the swamp of the stifling birds residing. The astral plane is a polarity field because it houses both positive and negative particles. The very thoughts that enter the mind of someone on their awakening path are these particles. It's only when the person chooses to feed energy to a particle does it grow. Where energy flows, where attention goes, energy grows, right? And if it is fed enough energy, then it can become propelled to take on a form. Slaying the symphilan birds is slaying these astral particles. So then it says Zenita Ra. Visualize the energy field around you expanding in size. As it expands, it is encasing all energy waves around it. There will come a time when you encase the entire astral body of the collective. This is that step. As your consciousness expands, so does your light body. It merges with your soul tree in the garden. You are also a part of Earth's tree and her seed crystal inner sun. You must ascend past the astral waves to receive your full crowning. The gates of the astral are where most are currently upon this timeline. It is because of this stage that you will feel the surges from Earth's inner sun, her own solar flashes, energy waves. Step 7, capture the bull. We taught in the Zodiac teachings, instill the grain that Taurus represents the mind shell. This originally was seen as a tortoise because its shell holds the body. The body is your higher mind, the consciousness spark anchored in your crown. Later, the symbol became the bull. Capturing the bull is coded for opening your crown, so this light seed can fully connect to you. This is when the sacred wisdom that is held within your higher mind can flow into you. This is the start of becoming plugged into the Metatronic mind, which is the universal mind. And I just have to say, it bothered me yesterday was my last day in Ireland, and I was just having breakfast and leaving, and I met two girls that had been on the trip, which I hadn't really connected to. There's like 150 people, so I didn't connect to everybody. And we were just talking about things, and one of the girls said what she didn't align with was when they were talking about aligning the heart and the mind, because she was saying that I don't believe in the mind don't exist. And I was like, well, there is and she was talking about the ego, and I was like, I understand what you're saying about the ego is a artificial construct, but she was like, no, there's no mind, no higher mind. And I was just like, boom, what? It really bothered me afterwards, even though it not really bothered me. I'm exaggerating a little bit there, but I was just kind of like, well, you don't, there's a universal cosmic mind, the intellect, the mind of God's source that thought up this whole reality. And I think it's because people misunderstand what the mind is. And it did bother me a little bit, but I just felt like I'd share that then. There is a higher mind. We've plugged into that cosmic higher mind as we start to activate and open our chakras, and we know when we are receiving information from our higher mind compared to when we are plugging into our lower egoic mind, or maybe we don't always know, right? This is the path of healing that we're going, so we can start to discern what is inorganic thoughts, what is organic thoughts, what is the mind, the lower mind, the program mind, versus what is the higher mind, the cosmic mind, the intellect, the true intellect. So the Metatronic mind, which is the universal mind, in ancient Egypt, the Apis bull is seen with the golden sun disk. This denotes the higher mind anchoring in the mind shell. Apis bull. Another story of a hero capturing a bull is in Meteor folklore. I'm just going to show you. I've not actually heard of this place before. It speaks of the kobold captured by Kumar Komba. Are not all of you on a hero's journey as well? Yes, right. A journey to capture the bull. Step 8. Steal the mares of Diomedes. The mares of Diomedes represent the masculine and feminine energy of your essence. Step 5 is about balancing those energies, where this step is about anchoring them. These horses are seen in mythology as man-eating. What this means is that when you anchor them, you are starting the dematerialization process of the flesh. This is the beginning stages of a physical ascension. Stage 3, step 9. Obtain the girdle of Hippolyta, Amazon, Queen. The girdle is a belt. It represents the diamond umbilical cord that connects to your belly button. This cord connects to the cosmic ocean of creation. Pure life force energy is fed into your field through this cord. You can also use this cord to remove from your energy field all that no longer serves you. As it enters this cord, it is transmuted and balanced into love, then sent to God Source. This belt is depicted in ancient days with a double spiral that feeds into a stream. The spirals are represented by the horns of a ram. These two spirals signify the first spark that emitted from the mind of God Source. It is from these spirals that light seeds were created. Light seeds are the elixirs of souls that were created in the angelic realms. We call them pearls, balls of light laced in 144 rainbow ribbon rays of creation. And I'm going to show you a diagram there so you can see how it looks like the horns of a ram, and then is that spiral on each side. It is these 144 rays of light that are fed in your diamond light cord. This diamond light sparkles with all the rays of creation, the very rays that you are. This is also depicted in the ancient Pearl Temple teachings via the Isis knot. And I'm just going to show you the Isis knot. Then there's a little extract from the book Rising Merits, the 42 Pearl Temples of Ancient Egypt. The Tayet is the famous symbol for the goddess Isis. This is because the loop at the top represents the divine womb, the start of all of creation. From divine source, the first contraction, thought wave, split into two, represented by the two arms. The horn stem is the sound wave that went out from the mighty mind to create all of creation. Just like the Ishtar gate, you have here the four marks under the loop representing the four temples of creation. The arms have a line down the center as a representation of balance. The balancing of the light and shadow side that resides in every soul spark, the divine 72 essences of shadow and 72 essences of light emitted from the womb dance everywhere in existence. Step 10. Obtain the cattle of the three-bodied giant Geron. Geron in mythology is seen as the grandson of Medusa. The snakes of Medusa merely represent thought forms. All of creation is simply a thought form from the mighty mind of Creator. What this symbolizes is the collection of the trifold flame heart crystal energy. Grayon's father is Cryasa, which symbolizes the gold sword. Grayon's mother is Calaho, which symbolizes the stream. This is a coded teaching about the birthing of a creation from the spoken word. Gold equals Christos and sword equals divine will. That flows into the river of life. That golden dust that flows, travels through the plasma river of existence. Going back to the image of the girdle, notice the upside down pyramid. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, here. Like an arrow. This signifies that energy, the energy from the divine masculine and divine feminine that seeded your light. Hence why we call you all light seeds. You were seeded from the light. And it says that in capitals. And I'll tell you why it says that in capitals. Because if you read any of Zanita's book, you will see that running through them is an emphasis to make it very clear that we are light seeds, not star seeds. Now, the body is seeded from the elements, and we have had lives on stars, on different planets, and we do now, but we are actually light seeds. And I love that distinction. You know, I have said at times, oh, I'm a star seed, because you know that is talked about a lot right nowadays, and I love that little twist. No, we're not star seeds, guys, we are light seeds. So it's in capitals there. This formation creates the sacred triangle shape, the unification of all three light pillars, the foundation of your existence. Core of the Merkaba symbol. However, keep in mind, this is how it is seen in the lower dimensions. I'm just going to show you a The next stage is the creational body of the light seed. We teach this in the Vahana in Angelic Pearls 144. This is the spiritual body that your elixir uses to travel throughout all of existence. When your elixir sends out a spark of itself into a material plane, then it creates extensions. These are those other 11 aspects of self that will merge with you, creating 12, to then ascend as one into your higher self. When you look upon the light seed image, notice how universal creations, and it says universe equals dimension, are a tetrahedron. Everything in existence contracts and expands. Notice the light seed points when it is expanded. This occurs when the light seeds themselves expand. The energy released in that moment causes portals to then open into new realities, densities, and dimensions. As you anchor your higher mind, you are centralized within your light seed crystal. See how the Merkaba symbol encases the trifold flame crystal. This is that anchor point. All the energy waves streaming into it are universal thought wave fields. Where you align your consciousness is the field you will ascend into. First, you begin streaming its energy into your mental body. This is why there are many timeline teachings on your plane now. It is up to you which one you want to anchor upon. So we can just look at those, the light seed, geometric shapes there. Stage 11. Steal the 3 golden apples of Hesperides. This is that anchoring of the light seed within and without you. This is seen in ancient coded teachings as the trident, the fleur de lis, the lily, the Christ seed, and many more. Hesperides symbolizes Venus. As we have taught in the Pearl Code's teachings, this simply represents your higher self. Retrieving the 3 golden apples from your highest self is you retrieving that anchor of your light seed. Hence why the anchor and the trident connect to water. As we stated earlier, water symbolizes the underworld. You know, I had a vision when we were doing some of this work in Ireland, on the Hill of Tara, which is this 8, right? This infinity, the atom when it first split into masculine and feminine. As we were doing this work, I had this vision of like this massive tree of life, right, just spreading out throughout the whole globe, and on it were all these golden apples, and all these golden apples were all these soul sparks, and all these apples knew that they were each a soul spark. They all knew they were golden. They all knew they were connected, and there was one right at the end here, and it just kind of like swung and touched the one right over, and it was just a symbolic of saying, and this apple right the way over here knows it is connected to the apple right the way over there, even if it cannot see it with its eyes. So it's just showing that unity, that connection. When you reside within the depths of the ocean, there comes a moment when you send that SOS signal to your higher self. Once you complete the first 10 steps, the light anchor will descend into the water. The reason the first 10 steps are to be completed first is because you are to ascend some to meet your higher self. Your lower self can ascend to a certain vibrational octave just as your higher self can without causing harm to your light body. Is when you connect to your light seed anchor that a pillar of light will expand to lift you up. Step 12, capture and bring back Cerberus. Cerberus is an aspect of the Egyptian god Anubis and the Norse guard dog Garm. The Judgment Day in the Book of the Dead shows how Anubis escorts the living into the Horus Gateway. So I've got another extract here from Rising Merits. As one passes the gates of the 4D bridge, they are escorted by the god Anubis. The weight of the heart to that of a feather is judged. And interesting, we had this guy with us on the Sacred Site tours, and he was a storyteller, and he was telling stories of mythology and legend and origin stories, but it was in a way of, you know, these were coded with messages to connect to the soul. But we talked in it about, you know, going through crossing the gate, ascending, and how your heart will be measured. Is your heart as light as a feather? What does it mean? It means you connected to your heart. Are you living in alignment, in integrity with what God source has placed within your heart? The heart, because this is the weight of the heart to that of a feather is judged. This is the only true judgment that takes place at the time when the ascension gates opens. The heart becomes heavy. How? is when you hold onto emotions which causes disease. It will cause a blockage of energy in all layers of your energetic bodies. This is the meaning of baggage and why we teach you to let go of all that keeps you anchored in this realm. Your goal in this lifetime is to cut those cords so you can ascend like a feather when your sun gateway opens. Beautiful. So, it's really encouraging. Go on your healing journey, heal the emotions, heal the mental programs, forgive yourself, forgive others, reconnect back to the truth of who you are. You are not a victim. We choose our bodies, we choose our lives to connect to our souls, to expand, to grow. We are so much more than we are being programmed to believe we are, and it's up to us to choose to go on that journey of rediscovery and reconnection. So we've got an extract from Archangel Michael. So you pull, I missed a bit out. So before we get to that, capturing Cerberus is about the final moment when your guardian appears to escort you across the rainbow bridge. This signifies the portal of pearlescent light you transform into the rainbow body. Then we've got an extract from Archangel Michael. You pull the tainted into the light for transformation. As it passes through the plasma sheath walls, it is cleansed in pure white light. It passes through layers of light spectrums for realignment and balance. It will slowly sit at the center of the light for rehabilitation. It is at that step new blueprints and mind maps will become molded. When the anchoring has completed, the reborn seed will exit. As it passes back through the plasma sheath walls, it becomes coated with new armor. Beautiful. So we're going to leave it there for today. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and there were many messages there for you, and I will see you on the next one.